with the Sydney Swans as they take on the Bombers, but James Hird winning the toss and kicking to the city end or right of screen. We are very much looking forward to seeing James Hird and the Bombers take on the Sydney Swans today. And alongside us in the commentary box, Stephen Silvani. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Anthony. And we really should be in for a fantastic game. Both these sides have won 3 games for the season, and obviously Essendon have been steadily improving over the last 3 weeks, and their captain, James Hird, some people say that he's in career best form, and I tend to agree.
Well, let's get down to the boundary line and check on the conditions with Andrew Marr.
Well, despite the early rain, Hutto, the ground's in fantastic condition. It's a little bit slushy in the middle, but it's going to be one of those Melbourne days where it's beautiful 1 minute and awful the next. The clouds are coming from the southwest pretty rapidly, so I'm certain we're going to see some showers. The Essendon players are wearing black armbands in honour of Ben Haynes' father, who lost a long battle with illness this week.
OK, thanks for that, Andrew Marr. Down on the boundary this afternoon. Barry Hall up forward. It's going to be a great battle. We talked about it in the opening. Michael Barry Hall versus Dustin Fletcher.
Yes, it certainly is. Barry Hall will probably spend a lot of time up at centre-half forward and not playing in the true full-forward position, but he's certainly going to be a handful. And, Steve, you'd have to think that Fletcher will get first crack at the champ.
Yes, I think you put your prime defender on the best forward. And just looking at James Hird at the moment, he went to line up in the forward line, and Craig Bolton was actually going to pick him up. And it looks like Craig Bolton has gone into the midfield and will beat James Hird's direct opponent.
Gee, that's a surprise. Leo Barry with the job on Matthew Lloyd.
Well, it is a surprise, but it's obviously the area of weakness for the Swans, where they're missing Andrew Shawble, their regular full-back, and James and Bolton have had cracks in Saddington. But there's Leo Barry with a big defensive job this afternoon on Matthew Lloyd. We are ready to go at the MCG. The umpire deciding to throw it up. Adam Goods gets the first ruck contest, but Hill got the tap. Solomon in quickly, and Hird into the play straight away. Let's fly with a big kick. Oh, Johnson up. Air Johnson, but he couldn't take the grab. And the ball over the line. And straight away, James Hird into the action.
Yes, and just a tip for Craig Bolton. You know that the Bombers will go through James Hird, so he just needs to stick tight.
Well, Hill, he wasn't tight enough, although he got some help. Solomon, you can see how slippery the ball is. Brings it back. Lloyd gets a chance. There's a whistle. There's a whistle. The umpire is being told that Essendon kicked the goal anyway, but it looks like he's paying the free kick and not paying the advantage. Interesting.
Yeah, interesting. That did go through for a goal, but Dean Solomon has the chance now to put Essendon's first score on the board, and that was the free kick there in the back, and probably unlucky not to get the advantage there, Essendon.
It does make you wonder a little bit. I guess the advantage is it's most grey when it comes to having a shot for goal and when the whistle blows and where the advantage starts and finishes. But we'll get the same result if Dean Solomon can kick truly here. And I think he has. Good start for the Bombers. Dean Solomon puts it through, and he'll be very happy with that start. And here's the replay of the incident. The little shove in the back, and Lloyd kicked it, but it didn't matter.
Yes, a little push in the back. It was almost a touch lucky because it looked like he threw it out, but great start to the Bombers. First goal of the match to the Bombers. Goods in the ruck, beaten by Hill. Fosdyke slipping over. In fact, it was Kennelly. Hurt again in the action. Deft little touch back to Rioli. Kick towards half-forward. Peverill, Williams. Lucas at the back, trying to get it back to Rioli. Couldn't. Saddington fighting hard at ground level. Peverill somehow emerges. Kicks towards. Goods going back. Good mark. Kick intended for Lloyd. But Adam Goods started in the ruck this afternoon. I'm sure we'll see him spend time up forward. Barry got the big job on Matthew Lloyd this afternoon. O'Keefe's got it between wing and half-back in front of Wellman. Hall breaks for him. Kicks in that direction. Good play from Mark Johnson. Courageous stuff coming across in front of Barry Hall.
Well, great effort, and I'm sure Dustin Fletcher would appreciate that. The Swans are lining Nick Davis up at full forward, and young Welsh is picking him up.
Throw-in dropped a bit short. Ball tapping it down to himself and tried to get the releasing handball to Fosdyke. Great view from on top of the players there, right on the wing.
Big job for Ricky Dyson with the job on the Sydney captain this afternoon, Stuart Maxfield.
And the same with Bolton on goods.
And you can see Kirk there watching Johnson, but the Swans able to go forward. Snyder's kick to Hall, almost the one-hander. Bolton coming flying through. Intercepts, well done, but Ramanauskas. And the Bombers box on, Wellman. Barry Hall, thundering tackle. Bolton goes again, just trying to thrust it forward.
Oh,
and Welsh was that deliberate.
Yep.
It couldn't have been much more deliberate.
Yeah. Obviously, he tried to hit it through the behinds.
Well, that's an interesting point, because you're allowed to do that. So if he was going for the behinds, it's not deliberate. Davis.
Yeah, Davis has the shot. We know he's a sharpshooter. He doesn't miss too often. He can celebrate again. He's kicked the goal, and McPhee getting stuck in straight away. Now, my understanding of that decision, I'm pretty sure there was a ruling on this a couple of years ago. If you deliberately try and hit it through for a point and it goes out of bounds, it's bad luck.
Yes, and I think you're spot on there, Hutto. But great kick by Nick Davis. He's a sharpshooter.
He's had 17 kicks for the year and kicked 9 goals. He's only played 2 matches. This is his 3rd. He is just about the best in front of the sticks.
Just with the Swans at the moment, looks like Goods is doing the ruck work in the middle and then pushing forward, and Ball will do the ruck work around the ground.
Goods up against Hill. Hill gets it down again. Chance at ground level. Jason Johnson crashes his way through. Somehow got it to Rioli. Solomon, is he held too long in the tackle? Yes. Chance now for the Bombers.
Well, we've had the first 3 clearances out of the middle of the Bombers.
Goal apiece. Solomon kick. The opening goal of the match. Kicks it forward. Johnson, Jason just drifting to half forward. Just the 1 game this season, Jason Johnson has played 111 in his career, the same, coincidentally, as Mark Johnson. From outside 50, just sets it up to the top of the goal square. In fact, it goes beyond that, through for a behind. Not sure that his intent was actually going for goal, but certainly had plenty of carry. So the Bombers lead by a point, early stages, opening term of this big match at the MCG.
So Paul Williams to bring it back into play. Pretty stagnant for him. No movement at all, so he had to go very short. Not the ideal start on the way out, but at least he found Matthews. He's got Ball along the wing. Saddington there to help. Hill to try and spoil. Rioli over the top. Bolton trying to escape.
There was good pressure by Essendon on that kick out. They went 1-on-1, man for man, and obviously the Swans were forced to go wide towards the boundary line.
We see Welsh on screen there. He's playing on Davis at full forward. We know Didak, I think, kicked 3 goals last week for Collingwood, so interesting to see if they're trying to isolate the young fella on Davis. Bombers going forward. Peverill pushing. Murray coming in, and Rioli trying to apply some pressure. The umpire calls for a bounce.
And we just saw James Hird once again involved in that play. I believe he's one of the best players in the competition at stoppages. He's that quick with his hands, and Craig Bolton just needs to be aware that he has very quick hands.
Come back to that in a moment. The ball going out of bounds gives us a chance to talk more about it. What do you think of the decision to go with someone like Bolton, who's clearly going to follow him all over the ground, rather than Collingwood's tactics of having different players for different positions?
I like the idea. I think once James gets another opponent, he generally gets the freedom. And if Craig Bolton can just hold him up and negate him early, he does find it difficult when he does go upfield and he has that same opponent. When he gets a free one, or he gets a different man, he tends to get a fair bit of the ball.
Fosdyke, Goods, and now Bolton. Again, the ball just sliding over the boundary line. So the Bombers 7, the Swans 6 in what looks like it's going to be a pretty interesting struggle.
Certainly does. Sun shining here at the MCG at the moment. But dark clouds overhead. Sure, we'll get some rain before the day's out. Hill, Goods works to the front, gets it down cleverly to Kennelly. Couldn't quite handle the football. Little toe poke. Gains 30 metres by Hill. Pushing the back to Matthews. No. Congested piece of play. Players diving on top of the football. We'll get a bounce left half forward for the Bombers.
Let's get down to Andrew Marr.
Yeah, there's no doubt that Dean Rioli, when he copped that knock about 2 minutes ago, Hutto favoured that right shoulder. He stayed out. The runners have been out there. He's given them the all clear, but might be worth just keeping an eye on that.
Any wind down there, Andrew?
No comment.
Ball, kick smothered.
Just on Rioli, we know he's got the problem with his ribs. We saw him cop one last week, and he seemed to be wearing some undergarment. There's the Swans bench.
Boundary throw in. Ball works to the front. Hill again, without getting his first hand there. Lucas off a step, high, ball close to the line and over. So a free kick to Craig Bolton of the Sydney Swans.
Well, Bolton, who found himself being tagged last week, looks like he's going to try and stay with someone this afternoon. This, of course, is Craig Bolton, who goes short along the line to Ball. Ball takes the mark. Again, the Swans are unable to move it quickly. They really thrive when they can get the quick kicks and running going out of defence. Hill. Ball goes in. Again, the Bombers desperate. McPhee. Johnson just hacking it forward. Good mark taken by Kennelly.
They're just manning up really well at the moment here, Essendon. The Swans are finding it difficult to find a free teammates and are forced to go wide.
Another man who came into today's game with a slight injury cloud over him, but he guides that ball nicely to Ball. And these are the sort of tactics that both Melbourne and Geelong a few weeks before that used with a fair bit of success on the Swans. Manning them up.
They are. It's one-on-one. It's a hard press at the moment by Essendon.
And it's slow progress for the Swans. Bolton goes to the lead from Hall. So they've maintained possession. There's just no fluency about the movement of the ball. Guiding pass. Ramanaskas comes in. Schneider couldn't hang on to it. Important ball to be won on the wing. Lucas runs his normal arc. Doubling back Lovett, Murray and McPhee. Who's going to stand up and go for the footy? Comes to Lovett, Murray. Over the top. He's got help. This is Bevan. Time on his side. Crouch takes the mark.
7 inside 50s to the Bombers, 1 to Sydney.
Well, once again, they're held up here, Michael, and have to go with short passes, perhaps trying to create some run through Matthews, but he forced straight away to go back behind the mark.
Not prepared to kick long to a contest, the Swans. And if they continue with this short game, you just think and wonder, and there it is again, another mistake. Goods lucky this time because Bolton overran it. Chance now for the Swans. Jude Bolton, Fosdyke, that half forward, drills it in low over the top of Davis. Fletcher, brilliantly done. Kicks to open space. Foot race. Schneider will get there first. Ramanaskas pursuing. Schneider did brilliantly. Turns from 30 and kicks a goal for the Swans. Adam Schneider. Great stuff. Wanted his left side, was always going to go to his left side, and just showed enough poise. And then, as we saw a lot last year, great finishing ability, and the Swans lead by 5 points, Steve.
Yes, and they've only been in their forward 50 on 2 occasions for 2 goals, but great pressure by the Swans forwards that caused that poor kick by Fletcher.
Adam Schneider gives the Swans back the lead. Now there's 5 points. Doyle in the ruck against Hill. Hurd has had 3 possessions in the middle, but Kirk thrusting it forward to the danger man, Adam Goods. Interesting disposal. Umpire let it go. Again, interesting disposal from Fosdyke. Lightning quick. Bolton, O'Keefe, sorry, getting it back. Crouch, standing start, and he misses. Away to the left.
Great hand by the Swans there, Hutto, and just a kick off the ground by Kirk in the middle of the ground, just forced the ball forward, just put some ball pressure on the Essendon defenders.
Sydney dominating the marks, 11-2. Welsh forced to kick under pressure. Matthews gets there first. Great tackling from Solomon. Now that the Bombers a chance, Solomon did well. Second effort, Brioli in space at half forward. Drills the pass in low. Lovett Murray's got it.
Great effort by Solomon and also Mark Johnson. The body work was excellent.
He'll need to kick this from just outside 50. He is a real live wire. Nathan Lovett-Murray was spectacular in last week's match against the Magpies. A chance for his first goal from right on 50. Disappointing effort. Misses everything. So, well, they've had plenty of opportunities inside their attacking 50, Steve, the Bombers, but haven't been able to get the score on the board.
Matthews takes the mark this time. You got to love watching Lovett-Murray play, though. You never quite know what's going to come, do you?
Yeah, it's very exciting.
This is Bevan, who's certainly impressed in his first season. Had the job on Davey last week. He's on Lovett-Murray today. Swings it out to the wing. Now, this is better for the Swans. Kennelly can run and carry. Goes for Davis. Out in front of Welsh. Accepts it gleefully. Hall calls for it back in the square. He's one-on-one with Fletcher at the moment. They want to get it in quick. He's got the chance here, Hall. He doubled back. Very clever. And O'Keefe popped up in front. Barry Hall throws his arms up. He did all the hard work to get clear.
He actually gave Fletcher the slip there, but O'Keefe just manages to slip in front of him and take an easy mark.
There's another dangerous one in front of goal, isn't he, O'Keefe? Left-footed. They've got a few down there with Snyder, who's a goal sneak, and, of course, Davis. O'Keefe kicked a lovely goal last week. Kicked 2 for the game. He's got 5-5 for the season. And, of course, after that build-up, he misses the lot.
Yeah. Always away.
Fletcher with the free kick in the back pocket for the Bombers. That's great penetration, looking for McPhee, who's been quiet in this match in the early stages. Jude Bolton, look out, Adam Good, you're in trouble. Bolton, he's able to get the handball away. Matthews fighting hard. Fosdyke lost the handle. Jason Johnson drags it back underneath him, and, well, maybe a touch lucky. We'll get a bounce between half-back and wing for the Bombers. They trail by 6 points in the early stages. They kick the first goal through Dean Solomon. And look at the marks discrepancy, 16 now to 3. Murphy gets it to Jason Johnson towards half-forward. Well done by Doyle down there, got Hill out of the way, but McPhee gathers on the loose crumb, kick inside towards Lovett-Murray. I was going to say inside attacking 50, it's right on attacking 50. Lovett-Murray wastes no time, sets it up to the goal square. Lloyd couldn't take the mark, forced through 4 behind to the Bombers. Thought he was in good position there, Matthew Lloyd, but couldn't quite hold on to the mark. And the Swans now by 5 points.
And again, the ball with Paul Williams. He gets his short option much easier this time, so they can swing it quickly. Saddington will be the target here. Swans starting to move it a little better out of defence. But still, this one-on-one tactic from the Bombers, making it difficult for them to move it smoothly and quickly. They are very patient. Hall, got some good target, that's for sure. Hall with the dish. And now they're away. Bolton to half-forward. O'Keefe got away. Will it stay in? It did, just. Davis is back in the square, one-on-one with Welsh if he wants to get it in there quickly. Instead, he loops it. Crouch will mark. Still not a great position to have a shot for goal at. Barry Hall calling for it in long just to be set up. He's darting around. A couple of Swans players going to ground in front of goal. Snyder, one of them. The umpire lets it all pass.
You think he should have a shot here. Settle him down.
They need to clear out that area at the top of the goal square.
Umpire said play on now. It took too long. So he sets it up for Hall. Hurd to beat as well. And Hurd can kick it along the line. Oh, a bit dangerous. Gave Doyle a look in. Well played by Doyle. Kirk, Hurd, who's more desperate? Play on McVeigh on the ground. And kicks it behind. Young Jared McVeigh is more accomplished, more experienced brother. Mark, of course, on his journey back after injury, playing in the VFL this weekend.
Fletcher at fullback for the Bombers. Just kicks to himself, gets the aid of a shepherd by McPhee and delivers. Jason Johnson, loose player and half-back. Murphy, he can go. Justin Murphy delivers towards half-forward. Good position taken by Bevan. Well played. Always had better position against Lovett Murray. Oh, the kick's dangerous. Matthews makes it look good. Just slewed off the side of the boot. Off to Williams, who's playing at half-back this afternoon. Kick towards the wing. Courageous effort by Jude Bolton. They're outnumbered, though, the Swans, but they do very well. Craig Bolton, Kirk, tries to slip the tackle, can't. Bombers through Standen. Peverill going nowhere. Now McPhee. Murphy links up with Standen and the Bombers away.
Towards centre half forward. Oh, good strong grab from Bolton. Automatically he runs on. Gives to Lovett Murray. Couldn't miss from here. He doesn't. Oh, they're going to get him today. Great ball movement by the Bombers. No hesitation there in playing on for Bolton, and he gave Lovett Murray the opportunity.
Yeah, it was a great build-up, wasn't it? And more importantly, it was very good, clean school by the Bombers. We just see Bolton backing back there, release the handball, and Lovett Murray, who's looked dangerous in this first quarter, slots his first through for the game.
It's great contrast in styles, isn't it, Steve, between the Bombers, who are just trying to move it as quick as they can straight down the middle, to the Swans, who are trying to work it into attack.
Yeah, exactly. And you just think if it does rain, it mightn't suit the Swans at all, these slippery conditions.
Solomon to Murphy. Good aggression shown by Crouch. And they're strong around the packs, the Swans, that's for sure. Bolton, Snyder. Williams on the end of it. This is Hall. Fletcher in, out, and he got away pretty comfortably. Davis says, kick it over my head. I want to run back onto it. But he didn't count on Sean Wellman.
And I think the way Barry Hall's playing at the moment, Michael, he is bringing Dustin Fletcher up the ground. And if there is one weakness, I guess, with Dustin, there is a question mark on his endurance. And Barry Hall has very good endurance.
Dean Rioli sharing the bench there with Joe Mercedes. Here's Hall. Murphy. Hurry kick away from Jason Johnson, still in the danger area. Jude Bolton tracks it down. Standing start from Ball, looking for Hall, and Doyle from the side. Craig Bolton, hurt tackling without the ball. He's given away a free. And Craig Bolton to have a shot from directly in front. And that's one he'll very much enjoy.
Yeah, it's a good little win if he kicks this, and sticking with James Hurd, and ends up getting this free kick, so a good little win.
James had no idea the ball had gone, but it was certainly there. Wobbly kick from Bolton, but it gets the desired result. What a big task for Craig Bolton. He's playing on James Hurd. He's had 3 possessions and kicked 1 goal. Hurd only 4 possessions at this stage, so you have to say he's doing okay, Steve.
Yeah, and I reckon it's a courageous move by Paul Roos, and one I agree with. I think you need to go all the way with James Hurd, particularly when you're on top and you're negating him.
Adam Goods in the centre. Swans by 6 points. Battle this time against Matthew Allen. Goods beaten by Allen. Chance at ground level. Murphy just coughs it up. Hurd gathered the football brilliantly. Scrambles it towards half forward. Lucas tries to knock it to Lovett Murray. Wasn't quite effective. Picked up though by Standen. Left foot from 30 metres. Couldn't take the mark. Offline. And behind.
Good effort by Matthew Lloyd there, but also well done by Leo Barry. Just tried to get body on body and just forced the spillage of the ball from Matthew Lloyd's hands.
Gee, it was close. Could have been almost paid that mark.
Went back hard too, Matthew Lloyd.
Hurd to spoil Saddington. No, and he's got the spoil. He wins the footy, sets it up to full forward. Solomon sliding in, can't take the mark. Crouch, Solomon. Had a crack at the near impossible and reduced the margin to 4. This is not a bad effort for a goal.
Fantastic effort.
Maxwell at fullback for the Swans.
And we just see the huddle there. The Swans has opted to go the huddle because the Essendon players are manning up one-on-one.
Matthews found his way clear of the huddle, delivers to Goods. Overlap provided by Matthews, back to Goods. Kick was poor. Good pressure from the Bombers. O'Keefe. Now Kirk drills it in towards Hall. That was great stuff. Hall was just able to drop back. In fact, McPhee's got the job on Barry Hall now, but a good kick coming from Kirk, and was just able to get over the head of McPhee and find Barry Hall just 25 metres.
Yes, and the kick had to be perfect. It was a left footer. Good release there by O'Keefe, and just lobs that ball over the top for Barry Hall to take that easy grab. Had a fairly good first quarter so far, Barry Hall, getting plenty of the ball.
Kicked 4 goals last week, has 16 for the season. They're right behind the line, he kicks it dead centre. Swans further in front. So after the Bombers kicked the first goal, the Swans certainly taken control, Steve, although at times it appears as though they've done it the hard way.
Yeah, well, they have. They started off a little scratchy where they just couldn't release the ball quick enough, but they've seemed to get the tempo of the game, and obviously have been able to kick 4 goals in this first quarter. Yes, and Kevin Sheedy has decided to put McPhee onto Barry Hall, who's had a fair impact in this first quarter.
Essendon now lead the centre clearances 5-2 as Allen takes that out towards the line. That interesting though, Steve, that last goal came from the kick in, didn't it? As you said, with them going one-on-one, they huddled at centre half back, and they're probably more times than often going to be able to find a man.
Yeah, easiest way to get a kick out of a player kicking out from full back is the huddle. So that was probably directed by some of the senior players out there.
And tackling straight away.
It is an interesting comment, because once you start with the huddle, it's hard to change back. You need it because you need to communicate to pretty much half the side to ensure the zone is done effectively.
And that's where your direction on the field is so important.
Saw Joe Mercedes a moment ago. And you got a last-minute reprieve. Now the Swans running again from half-back. This is Snyder. Loves to carry it. That's 3, 4 bounces. He's got a deadly left foot. 5 bounces. Make it 6. Now he's got to be steady. And it's close. It deserved better.
It did. It did. He's great to watch, though. Great to watch.
Fletcher brings it into Welsh. Big job on Nick Davis this afternoon. Davis has just played the 2 games for the season after he injured his hip up against the Lions. He's kicked 8 goals. He already has 1 this afternoon. Fletcher, now Murphy at half-back for the Bombers. No one stands the mark. He thumps it towards half-forward Hurd and Bolton. Now a chance for Lloyd at the back. Barry was Lloyd held. Lloyd's first to recover. Snap at goal. Ball still in play. Solomon wants Pebble. Pebble from 10 metres. Kicks a goal for the Bombers. So a good piece of play by Essendon, carrying it the length of the field. They were able to switch play deep in defence and keep momentum.
Yeah, and great body work. We just see this quick kick by Matthew Lloyd. He does it very well. The great body work by Solomon. Was able to feed the ball out to Peverill to put the Bombers third on the scoreboard.
So it's back to a 5-point game. James Hurd back in the centre square, but Kirk it is that gets the takeaway this time. McPhee intercepting, getting it quickly to half-forward. Peverill's clear. Can swing onto his left and go straight for home. Lloyd in good shape this time. Bustled by Barry. The ball on a bounce through. It has. How, I don't know. But there was plenty of pushing and shoving and bodies clashing. And Peverill's kick made it. The Swans don't seem happy.
Yeah, so great piece of play by Damien Peverill. That's 2 in, well, a minute and a half from outside 50. Let's have a close look at this about where the ball actually pitches.
That was maybe what they were complaining about. The Lloyd-Barry clash was a very interesting one.
It certainly was. And Fletcher back on Barry Hall. And I think, Steve, what's happening is that when Doyle or Ball go down into attack, Fletcher's forced to take them. McPhee goes back on Hall from the centre. Ramanauskas gets another clearance for the Bombers. Williams couldn't take it. Well played by Schneider. Kicks it long towards Fletcher, who's taken front position, is pushed out. To get the free kick, Dustin Fletcher. Waste no time, McPhee. Now he really sets Mercury a task here. He's got a better couple. Advantage paid to the Bombers. Matthew Allen lopes along from the wing, delivers towards Lloyd. Couldn't hold on, but a chance in the pocket. Little fumble. Was it costly? Got it somehow to Dyson, who scrambles a kick to goal just offline. So it's been Essendon in the last 3 or 4 minutes have dominated proceedings.
Yeah,
and they lead by a couple of points.
And particularly out of the centre square clearances. Dominating out of there.
Williams at full-back for the Swans. Entertaining opening quarter. So far the conditions have been okay. Williams to himself, then Long, Saddington the target. Lucas did very well body on body. Now where will he go? Wheels onto the left boot, drills the pass in low. This is dangerous, but clean hands by Bolton. Uses Allen. Chips out wide. Chance for Dyson. Clean with his hands. Ricky Dyson from 50. Loads up and kicks a beauty. Ricky Dyson, in just his 4th game, has kicked his 4th goal. Just 18 years of age. And what a goal to the Bombers. And Steve, in the last 3 minutes, the Bombers effectively kicked 3 goals and really turned this game around.
Well, they have. They've started to win a bit more of the footy. And this Ricky Dyson looks very impressive. This was a great kick for goal. He just missed a goal earlier on. But the other player this quarter who's having a very good quarter is Bolton, who's playing on goods at the moment. And he's set up a number of attacks for the Bombers.
The Bombers really winning it out of the middle, 7-2. And here they go again. Mercedes awkwardly but effectively to centre half forward. Oh, Lucas! Just his 2nd mark. Coming in for his 5th kick, and suddenly the Bombers, just the message there from Johnny Barnes that there's only 27 seconds to go. Suddenly the Bombers can really take a handy margin in to quarter time. After the Swans, about midway through this quarter, looked like they were really getting on top.
And the rain's coming down.
Lucas goes just across the face and through for a behind. 10 goals, 8 for the year. Kicked 4 last week, Scotty Lucas.
Williams kicks in short. Fosdyke as the siren sounds for quarter time. Good start by the Bombers, but certainly in the middle stages the Swans look very impressive. Gone out to an 11-point lead, but the Bombers kicked the final 3 goals of the quarter to go into the first break with a 9-point advantage.
Yes, and I think Essendon fans would be fairly happy with the way their team winning that quarter. Hurd hasn't been dominant, but has been well held by Craig Bolton. But a couple of shining lights with Solomon and also Jason Johnson, who had 6 possessions in that game. So the Bombers fans, things look good. The Swans, they fought back, but they certainly do need a lift in this second quarter.